It seems that Labour isn't just going to bankrupt Britain. They are about to bankrupt you as well. It's been revealed that this man...
Or you're putting into a private pension.
Oh, I am, and you're coming for it.
Wait, I'm not coming for it. That's a ridiculous. That's a ridiculous thing to say.
You're going to put my private pension, whatever's left of it, maybe in the future. If I want to give that to my children, you're going to put that in, roll that into inheritance tax. Absolute madness.
If I'm honest, I think you're talking nonsense. And the reason for that, it's good to have, honesty, a good robust debate. But if you want to have properly funded public services, we put a lot of pension tax relief to make sure people have strong incentives to save for their retirement.
That is Torsten Bell. He's been promoted to help Rachel Reeves write her autumn budget. Now, you might never have heard of Mr. Bell, but let me tell you a little bit about him. He's never really had a proper job in his life, as far as I can tell. After studying PPE at Oxford, he worked a bit for the civil service, then he worked as head of policy for Ed Miliband, which means that this horrific omnishambles was reportedly his idea, yes, the famous Ed Stone, as well as Mr. Miliband's disastrous election campaign. And what has happened after this embarrassing string of failures? Well, he was apparently parachuted in to the Swansea West seat. He had no connection to the local area, and he was panned by local Labour Party members. But this is why you need to worry about this left-wing tax extremist. Here are the list of tax hikes that Torsten Bell has proposed. Now, get ready, because this might take a while. Cap tax-free ISAs at £100,000, although he then reportedly deleted those posts. Make everyone pay inheritance tax by scrapping the nil rate band. Significantly raise council tax for band E, F, G and H properties, in line with the SNP's 2017 hike. Remove primary residence relief and tax capital gains on primary residence sales at a flat rate of 28%. The Treasury has already been briefing that out. Scrap the lifetime ISA altogether. Devolve income tax-raising powers to local authorities. A massive tax hike as well. Raise capital gains tax on shares to 37% and real estate to 53%. Charge capital gains tax on death and when moving out of the UK. Slashing VAT registration threshold to £30,000. Scrap business and agricultural property reliefs. Hike basic rate of dividend tax from 8.75% to 20%. Hike income tax by 1p. Hike taxes on second homes. Charge national insurance on rental income. Hike national insurance for higher self-employed incomes by 300%. Cut the £270,000 cap on tax-free pensions to just £40,000. Introduce pay-per-mile road duty for electric vehicles. Scrap the 5p cut in fuel duty. Increase fuel duty by 2% every year. Hike vehicle excise duty for heavier cars and scrap entrepreneurs' relief. Yeah. I don't know if I've missed anything there, but it's quite a lot, isn't it? He posted this picture yesterday. He's probably standing there looking at how every single blade of grass can pay tax, or how he can tax you for enjoying the view or breathing that lovely countryside air. Has this guy ever run a business? Has he ever lay awake at night worrying about how to pay his staff? Has he ever got his hands dirty doing a manual job? Has he ever actually lived in the real world? Has he ever taken any personal financial risk? Could the answer be no to all of those questions? I suspect so. This may be why he fits in so well with the rest of the Labour Party. We all know Rachel Reeves' claims that she started out with this
£22 billion black hole.
The £22 billion black hole of £22 billion.
Right, well, now it's 50 billion quid. And the bloke that she's turned to seems to want you to fill it by taxing you until the pips squeak. You know, it's at times like these that I really resent the fact that it's us, hard-working taxpayers, who pay people like Torsten Bell's wages.
Hello, I'm Bev Turner. Now, it can feel like the money in our bank accounts at the moment does not keep up with the cost of living. And maybe there's a solution. I'm here today with the CEO of TallyMoney, Cameron Parry. Cameron, what is TallyMoney?
Well, Bev, with TallyMoney, you get a current account and a debit card, but instead of pounds, you use milligrams of gold as your everyday money.
So why gold?
Gold traditionally is a great store of value. It has, on average, gone up at over 11% per annum for the last 25 years against the pound. It's tripled in value in the last decade. And in the last 2 years alone, it's increased by 50% against the pound. Banks' savings products just can't compete with that level of growth.
But this isn't just about gold. This is about a currency that you guys have created at TallyMoney. Explain it to me as though I'm an idiot.
So, look, people need to be able to hold their earnings and build their savings in a money that retains its value and remains in their legal control and remains theirs to access, away from government control.
Great. You had me at not exposed to government control.
You should feel safe and happy with your money. You should have peace of mind the more money you see in your bank balance, and that's the type of thing we're trying to deliver, and give people choice in the type of money they get to use every day.
Brilliant. Thank you so much, Cameron. Thank you.
Thoughts from my panel. Political commentator Chris Worrell is with us. Got the Daily Express's political editor Sam Lister and journalist and broadcaster Nina Mishkov. Right, OK, sorry, we are a little bit behind the 8 ball here because obviously we had that breaking news out of the US. But Sam, I'll start with you. How dangerous is Torsten Bell?
Oh, let's be clear, this is an absolute disaster for anybody who has ever done the right thing. Anybody who's got up early, anybody who's put away a little bit of savings, anybody who's bought their own home, put their money into pensions, all those things that you're taught to do when you're young to build a good life for yourself. He's coming after your money. He punishes people who have worked hard and done the right thing. Now, that list you read out there, Patrick, it was scrap, 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 hike, 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 wasn't it? It's not a tax that he has not thought of raising or a relief that he has not thought of scrapping. And if I can just, I mean, obviously you went through the list there, but if I can just take the example for pensions, he wants to scrap the triple lock, which means that your state pension payment would be effectively frozen at a lower level. But he also wants to scrap the amount you can get, the lump sum you get tax-free when you take out a private pension. And he also wants to scrap the relief you get on, to lower the relief you get when you pay into a pension. So basically, if you take a state pension, which obviously most people will do, he's coming after that. And if you put into a private pension, he's coming after that too. There is nothing about this man that incentivises people to do the right thing.
Yes. Now, Chris, I'm pained to say you used to introduce you as a Labour bod, but now you've had some kind of epiphany and you've joined the Tories. Is that right?
Yeah, that's right, yeah.
Right, fine. Was it because of people like Torsten Bell?
Well, pretty much, yeah. I mean, Torsten the tax monster sort of epitomises the sort of Corbyn-like direction the government's gone in. You know, this guy said he couldn't live on 70 quid a week because he had a mortgage. He's sitting there reeling out tax raises on, you know, it'd make the middle class extinct putting those taxes on primary residences, which I think, you know, Rachel Reeves has already said that they're going to need to do. So it's just the economic incompetence that really astounds me. And the guy, like you said, he's never had a proper job. He was parachuted into Swansea. You know, he's got the authenticity of a flat pack from Islington. Like, there's no relevance here other than just being one of Miliband's, you know, Edgestone architects. But it's just bigger belief that the direction they're going in is it's gone too left wing, and I think those tax, you know, suggestions he's made just kind of sums it up.
Yeah, I mean, you know, that's it. That's the end. That's the end of this Labour government, isn't it? If only that's
the thing is, you're reading that list out as if there's people sitting there thinking that every single one of those proposals, which we don't know have been made legitimately or are serious about, as if they're all going to come into the October budget.
That's what he's previously said he wants.
That's what he's previously said he wants. But this is just hysterical catastrophising, ridiculous. You know, nothing. But he's not God within the government. He's been brought in to make suggestions, so he can make suggestions. We haven't seen the October budget yet, and as I said,
God.
Well, the thing is, I've heard of rats deserting the sinking ship, but you've joined the sinking ship. I think that's
the polls are going that way, Nina.
That's hilarious.
Turning the tide.
Oh, please, come on.
I mean, let's not talk about
I'm
polls.
sorry,
you're deluded right now in the polls. I think they're below Rishi Sunak after 5 years.
I don't vote Labour.
Oh, well,
by the way.
So there's a point made then.
So there's a point, man. I'm going to say. So you've jumped onto the sinking ship, and the Tories really are the reason that we are here and having all these horrendous financial discussion. It's because of 14 years of Tory misrule.
Let's look at that. Let's look at that, because clearly the Labour Party, I wonder if this is something that's going to come back to bite them a little bit, made a huge deal out of Liz Truss. Are things worse now?
Oh, clearly they are. And I think I get that what Nina says, that this list is not a definitive list of exactly what Torsten Bell is going to do, but it's a clear sign of his political instincts, and his instincts are wrong on everything. And so are Keir Starmer's, and so are Rachel Reeves. We're in a bad position, and if Rachel Reeves is turning to Torsten Bell for help when she's in a dire situation, we're in a very, very bad place. We saw what they did the first time around. They came after farmers, they came after older people, they went after the disabled. Their instincts are wrong on everything. So I think we really do have reason to be fearful about this budget.
OK. Look, sorry about this, but we're going to have to knock this segment on the head now. We'll obviously have a bit longer at 10 p.m.